felt like it was the fourth quarter, and that's when I make my mark as an individual on either scoring for me as a player myself or creating things for my teammates. So I can't look at one point where I feel like I just had it going, but I've always been a confident player.
What's it like when you get it?
Well, it's a great feeling. I mean, every shot you put up, you believe is going in, no matter the difficulty of it or whatever it takes. There's nobody that can guard you at that point in time, and all you got to do is get to that spot that you want to get to.
Lebron, to your right in the back. In that fourth quarter, it looked like you were looking towards the Bulls bench after a few of those makes. Was that in response to anything that was being said from them, or was that just something that was in the heat of the game?
Well, they was talking the whole game. Just every time I called it over there, it was daring me to shoot the ball, telling me that I couldn't shoot, or you can't make jump shots, so take the shot. So that's what I did. They asked for me to shoot a jumper, and I did that over and 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 over. And I continue to make them.
LeBron, to your right, a couple years ago, those are the kind of shots in a playoff series that you could make on a regular basis. Do you feel all your work come in on those shots in a game like this tonight?
Well, absolutely. I'm putting a lot of hard work as an individual to not only better my game, but if I become better as an individual, our team is automatically going to become better. So, a lot of hard work, a lot of hours in the gym with myself and Chris Gent and Mike Mancias over the summer. No matter where we were in the world, we got an opportunity to get into the gym every day, and it's good when you can see it happening throughout the summer and then translate what you do in the summer onto on-court situation.
LeBron, that dunk you had over Johnson, he was really trying to get physical with you. Did you kind of get sick of that and just say, let me show him a little something?
Well, that was just a point in time, me being aggressive. He definitely came out with a lot of energy, and that's what a lot of bench players do. They come out with a lot of energy and they try to make a mark on the game. I felt like I could if I just slowed down and counter his energy with me just slowing down and reading the defense, that I can get around him. And once I did that, it was attack mode to get to the rim.
Where you rank that dunk?
I think when you look at the point in time of the game and it being playoff time, it definitely ranks up there. When you can throw it down to somebody and having the crowd get energy off of that, and your teammates get energy off of that. It's one of the best ones.
LeBron down in front. Could you talk about the play of Jamario tonight and the fact that you guys are really picking it up at the free throw line, 22 out of 24?
Jay Moore was excellent. He's probably the main reason why we won tonight, because he knocked down big shot after big shot after big shot. I mean, they cut it down to 3, and they cut it down to 2, and Jay Moore just kept knocking down threes. They probably was telling him the same thing, leave him open, shoot the ball, you can't shoot, and Jay Moore stepped up and made 4 huge threes for us. We haven't been a good free throw shooting team all season long. But we knew in the playoffs if we made our free throws, it's going to be pretty hard to beat us because we are a tag team. And for Shaq to go 4 for 4, I'll go 6 for 6, Mo go 8 for 8, and everybody else shoot the ball particularly well from the free throw line. That was good to see.
LeBron over here to the other side. Obviously, in the type of fourth quarter like that where Shaq doesn't play in the fourth, Anthony Parker doesn't play in the fourth, and Twan only played 3.5 minutes, that really speaks to the depth of you guys.
Well, absolutely. Mike has a time sheet, that he goes off of, but tonight he basically he went with the guys that was getting it done. And like I said before, we're not a team that care about individuals. I mean, Shaq didn't sit over there and cry about it. Twan didn't, Anthony didn't at all. The guys that was in the game, we all support each other, and guys got it done that was on the court, and we had just as much support when we came out for a timeout or anything from the sidelines. I mean, we're a really close-knit group, and it's great when you can have that, no matter if you have starters or reserves in the game, no matter what part of the game it may be.
LeBron, so you're 16 of 23, Jamario's 4 or 5 from beyond the arc. Who was in the zone more tonight?
Well, I think both of us. I mean, Jay Moore, when he's shooting the ball like that, he's rebounding the ball like that. I think he was in the zone. I mean, every shot that he felt that he took from outside the mark was going in for him. You know, I've been in the zone quite a few times, so I know that feeling, and I guess you could say both of us.
Brian, down here in the front. Second quarter, did you feel, looking back in hindsight, or maybe at halftime, were you wondering if you'd lost, if the team was not being as aggressive enough, and maybe you personally were not attacking in the way that perhaps you should have been?
I think what we started to do, we was real conscious about not letting them get out in the open court in game one and not allowing them to get offensive rebounds in game one. You know, at halftime, I mean, they were shooting 42, 43% from the field, but we gave them all 8 offensive rebounds and allowed them to stay in the game. I don't think it was a point for us offensively. We weren't being aggressive because we were shooting 56% from the from the field in the first half. So we weren't being aggressive. But we turned the ball over, I think 7 or 8 times in the first half. Allowed them to get 10 fast break points, and I think they had like 8 to 10 second chance points. I mean, we can't allow that because it's a really good team. It's a really good offensive rebounding team. But as far as our aggression offensively, that wasn't a problem.
You protected home court like you were supposed to. You've said this many times through the years that a series doesn't begin until you win on the road. What do you guys have to do game 3 to get one on the road?
I think we have our staples against this team. And if we go out there and execute what the game plan is, we give ourselves a good chance to win. You know, our only focus is game 3. This was a really good performance by our team tonight. But just like you said, it's over and done with. We protect the home like we're supposed to, and all we focus on is game 3.
Brad, when you came off the bench in the fourth, down here, you came off the bench, JJ flashed you the sign. You talked about your role as the closer.
Well, you know, those guys started it, and I kind of finished it. You know, they call me the closer every time I come in the fourth quarter, and you know, it's my time to put the game away, or do what I do best, and that's just try to close the game the right way. I'm always successful, not all the time, but it makes me stronger when I'm not always successful. You know, I know how to react the next time I'm in that situation. So it was great to actually live up to what these guys now starting to call me as a closer. So.
LeBron, was there a point where Chicago finally stopped talking from the bench?
No, I don't think so, but I think our crowd, that 20,000 plus fans, was just a little bit louder than their bench was. Once I started hitting shot after shot, man, and Jay Moon, you know, made some shots. The crowd was excellent tonight once again, and you know, we just feed off that.
LeBron, get back to that closer thing. Have you ever met or talked to Mariano Rivera? Because he's considered the best closer maybe ever in baseball. Have you ever picked his brain?
I have met him before. Never picked his brain about how he does it, but he does it every night when they need one. He did it in the World Series, numerous times. So, yeah, I mean, if you look at one of the greatest closers, he definitely is, no matter, regardless of sport.
Brian, just curious, the big dunk over Johnson, very reminiscent of the dunk over Garnett, Game 4 2 years ago. The play ends with a lot more emphasis than it starts. And I'm just curious, does something happen to you when you elevate and you just see the moment, you get caught up in it, the opportunity to make that big of a splash? What goes on?
Well, first of all, I'm gifted. I thank the man above for giving me some God-given abilities. And leaping ability is one of them. And I just try to take full advantage of it. So in that situation, when I turn the corner and I see the rim, it doesn't matter if it's a guy in front of me or a guy behind me, I'm going to attack the rim at his highest level. And that's what I did tonight. And I knew I got around him, and I didn't believe he was going to jump. But once I seen him out the corner of my eye, I decided to just jump just a little higher.